Good morning, everyone. How are you on this glorious Wednesday morning from Texas? Grab a drink, grab your makeup, your tools, and let's get started this morning. Me and my trusty iced coffee. Obviously, I'm wearing powder blue today. So, we are going to use this new Fusion palette, this beautiful new Fusion palette called Utopia. And we're going to work with this color and maybe that color today. We're going to do an outline in blue, and then we're going to do a lighter shade everywhere else. So we are going to start with the blue. Now I've already done my primer, my foundation, my powder, my brows. I just haven't locked my brows in yet, but I will. But I want to start this morning with the blue. I'm running a little behind this morning, so that's why I'm kind of jumping out here a little bit so I can get finished. As you can hear, my clock is going in the background. We are using this blue to outline today, and we are following our natural shape of our eye by using our eyelash to apply this blue. Now I'm putting it on pretty heavy because I want to soften it. So I'm starting really heavy with a lot of blue. I'm going to clean my little brush. Then I'm going to come in with one of these really pretty light colors. I'm using the lightest color and the second lightest color, and I'm mixing them to put in the rest of the eye socket area, all the way up to the bone, all the way up to the brow bone. Taking it all the way up. And then I'm taking it and I am blending it on top of the blue. So I'm softening that blue quite a bit. Clean my brush, because the blue is going to transfer definitely. Then we're going to pick up a denser brush like this one. We're going to go into our finishing powder, and we're going to make sure that we really stop that blue, pick up any underlying fallout, so we don't get blue shadows underneath the eyes. We definitely don't want that. We don't want to create a shadow that shouldn't be there by not picking up that blue. Doing the same here, and I'm bringing it into the corner of my eye, my finishing powder, to make sure that I don't have any blue shadowing. If I don't correct that blue shadowing, it can sink my eyes backward, and I definitely do not want that. I want this area all nice and open. Makes my eyes look bigger. Yeah, that's beautiful. So we've gone from a really dark sort of navy color, which this is definitely a navy. I mixed these two together and I put it all over the socket. Then I came through with this one and I outlined, I softened the blue. Now I'm going to pick up this one and we're going to put just a little of that in my transitional area. Not much, just a tad bit right here. Just to create a little bit of dimension in the eye. Windshield wiper, really blend that in. Make sure it's nice and soft. Looks really good. Then I do want to take my really heavy brush and I want to dip back down into that lightest white color and just add a little bit right here. I want that area right there on the inner third of the lid to pop with brightness. Looks like we have more light shining on that area right there. Beautiful. Lips. Today I'm going to use Revlon. Nope, that's the wrong color. That is my orangey color. I do not want orange today. Let me see here. That is also too orangey. We're just going to go with our safe L'Oreal Bronzini. I think this one is Bronzini. Let me look here. Yes, number 825 Bronzini. So it's a sort of a nude color. And to help us out a little bit, we're going to put a little bit of this pink lip gloss on top. Get a little bit of three-dimensional. Yeah, that looks really nice. Okay. Let's jump in and do our brows. Get the brows going, so we're going to glue them down now. This is Benefit Bang Brow Cement, as I call it. It's not really cement, but it certainly does lock my brows down. It keeps them in place all day. Beautiful. Today we're going to go ahead and use, for blush, we are going to use Milani's Baked Dolce. Put that on. There's several different color variations of this baked blush. There's a really peach, there's a really pink, and there's several colors all the way in between, depending on what works best for you and your color preferences based upon your skin tones. Okay, now we're just going to grab kabuki brush and really blend that. Make sure that we have no harsh lines from our blush. Get that really matte porcelain appearance that I prefer. All right, time for mascara. So you don't really need eye pencils. This technique that I used today, I just used eyeshadow and I used it as a pencil. If you can't find or you can't afford a set of pencils, you can always use eyeshadow for the same technique that you would use an eye pencil for. Using products for multiple purposes is always a good idea because that helps with your budget. Right? We all need help with our budgets. Okay, mascara today is Milani Black Gravity Defying Milani Black Mascara. As always, I'm grabbing the bottom or the stalk of the lash and applying my formula to lock in my curl, so my curl lasts throughout my day. If you really want to lock in your curl, get some waterproof mascara and apply it using this technique all the way to the stalk of the lash where the curl starts, and you will get a much longer lasting curl to your lashes using the waterproof formula. I don't know why, but there's something in that formula that works really well to secure longevity in your curl. I don't use it a lot because it takes too much effort to get it off your lashes, and at 63 I have to be really careful with my lashes because I've had problems with them since my weight loss surgery. So I got to be real careful to use a mascara that just really melts away. This one and the L'Oreal Panorama definitely does that. They're tubular, so the little tubes on the lashes just melt with water. So it prevents any tugging or pulling or special removal products. All I have to use is warm water and they just melt away. And that's really important because then there's no tugging at your lashes. Keep as many as you can by not tugging on them. Okay, it's looking really good. Those lashes are finally looking pretty good 4.5 months later. But at least they're coming back, right? At least they're coming back. I was afraid there for a while they weren't going to. All right, I'm gonna leave that as is. And then in a few minutes, once that is all really dry, I will come back in and add one final swipe with my Panorama just to get a little bit more extension. And there we go. Beautiful blue. Love it. Easy, easy technique. If you can't find a crayon that you like and you have a specific color in an eyeshadow, use an eyeshadow. Now you can take a very small brush like this, get it wet, dip it into your color, and you'll get a much brighter line. It's like using a wet liner. And then you can come back over it with the same product with a dry brush and lock it in, and you'll get a very bright, vibrant liner on your eye. Get it wet, apply it, and then come back with the same color with the fluffy brush and go back over it with your color, and you'll get a beautiful, really vibrant, bright, defined line by adding a little bit of water or something that you use on your face, some sort of water, or even a finishing spray you could use and get the same technique. So that's it for today. Blessings on this Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for your great support, your comments, and whoops, I so appreciate you. I hope you have a spectacular Wednesday. Get out there and knock it out of the park. Believe in you. You are your most important supporter. And don't let your age stop you from anything. Anything is possible with hard work, faith, love, and dedication. You can do anything you want, be anything you want, reach any goal you want. You just gotta work hard enough to get there and see it come to fruition. And believe in you. Be ready too. You never know when you're gonna run across somebody and you need a great first impression that could change the trajectory of your life. So be ready. Take the time every morning to put yourself together, to feel good, to be your best version of yourself. When you do that, there's no stopping you. And always be safe. Always check your surroundings. Never take anything for granted. We live in very strange times, so be safe at all times. God bless. Thank you so much for being a part of my community. Like, subscribe, share, and do all that good stuff if you would, please. I so appreciate that support. And we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.